Let me know if you guys hear me, see me, all that good stuff. Appreciate everybody jumping on in for another one. Thanks for hitting the like on the way in. Thanks to any new subscribers that are helping us get to 5,500 subscribers as quickly as possible. I am so grateful for y'all. We've been doing this for 9 years, inching little by little. You know, shadow ban life is real, but hey, the algorithm recognizes action, so your support means the world, you guys. I am so grateful. I'm not a financial advisor. I am not a pro trader, and I'll never tell you what to do. I am always wrong, but the Blue Crew is always right. This is the worst show with the best community, and I'm so grateful to the community jumping on in here. Once again, thanks for hitting the like, you guys. All right, let's see what we got. What AM Wood in the house? What's up, man? Appreciate you jumping on in. Coca-Cola in the house, guys. Let me know if you guys see me all right and everything. I appreciate it. We're doing a little bit of a standing session here. We're in a different location today than our usual. So I'm just grateful for everybody who's jumping on in for today's stream. We got a Power 25 future-proof cryptos go over today. 25 cryptos that are future-proof, close to quantum resistance, or they have that on the roadmap. Decentralized recovery, high-end security, privacy, definitely good 25 set of cryptos here to go over. Definitely a lot of them you guys know, and maybe some of them you don't know about. So we'll be going over those without a doubt. But first, we have to go over the top gains in the past 24 hours. And we got some good cryptos that have gone over 50%, 20% in the past 24 hours. And we'll go over that in just a second. Let me just see if anybody else is jumping into the chat. El Prey, I appreciate you jumping in. Got some XPX today. Appreciate you staying consistent. Salute. Oh yeah, dude, XPX, without a doubt. I mean, you're going to be surprised. I mean, is XPX on this list? We'll see. We'll see if XPX is on this list. But hey, XPX is still developing. They're still building. They released their storage layer earlier this year in 2025. They're kind of in shadow production, just kind of like how we're in the shadow ban over here. But, hey, people are afraid to talk about XPX when they're still developing and they're still growing. And that's when a project needs the most support, is when it's in the deep reds, when the sentiment is low. Dude, this is the only proven end-to-end CBDC infrastructure blockchain that has been acknowledged by the BIS, the G20, right? So this is a big deal. This is a big deal of a platform here. All right. Help GDLT, long time people. It's been a minute. How's the DGLT or GDLT coming along? Yeah, it's doing good, man. Doing good. Crypto Victo, good to see you, man. Long time no see. Appreciate you. Silver Days in the house. Guys, let's go over our top gains in the past 24 hours. If this ends up being a half-hour stream, please forgive me, but we're in a different location here, and I just kind of want to get through the info as quickly as possible. But anyways, we got top gains in the past 24 hours here. We're going to start off with the small gains and work our way to the biggest gains here. Jasmy at 10 cents, 1 penny. Jasmy was in our deep reds just yesterday at double zeros, right? I was saying, oh man, I want to smash Jasmy in 009 range. Here, I can even show you that list. Can even show you it right here. Look at that. I have to keep it close to me because the camera will. But right here, Jasmy 009. I don't know if you guys can zoom in or not. I'll try to work it without the light. There we go. Jasmy 009 right there yesterday. Negative 50% down on the year, right? Now up 10% in the past 24 hours. We're already making gains off Jasmy from that 00 purchase. Now we got some options, right? That's how we play, man. Another two that we yelled out or talked about yesterday. HNT, Helium and Mobile, right? Mobile's at 0002 was negative 73% down on the year. HNT at $1.79, negative 74% down. Now we got Mobile 13% gains and HNT 12% gains in the past 24 hours. We have news that CZ Binance, he's what's it called? Trump has acknowledged that he's been pardoned, right? Aster is up 12%, right? Then we move over to PortX. Dude, PortX is now graduating into the 000 ranges. It's now at triples to the 00 ranges. It's at 0011 right now for PortX. 13% gains. for PortX. Next one we got is TIBBIR. Dude, TIBBIR has been killing it, man, in the past 90 days, past 30 days. I mean, it's just not stopping right here. TIBBIR, 17% gains in the past 24 hours for, you know, the freaking TIBBIR by virtuals, man. Shout out to the Base Patsy for this heads up. I mean, our community, you know, shouts out cryptos as well. That gives us a lot of info, gives us a lot of help here in trying to navigate this crypto space. Then we move up even higher in the percentage gains. OpenX, you know, this is an early days crypto. We're chipping away little by little. We don't want to go big, you know, with cryptos that are just new on the block, but OpenX looking very, very appealing. 26% gains so far for OpenX. I have a little baggie of it. I'm just chipping away little by little. Hopefully we can get a year's worth of info, and maybe one day it's deep right across the board and a hell of an opportunity. But right now, 26% gains in the past 24 hours for OpenX. Atone, or At1, if you want to call it that, or Atone, Atone, in the Cosmos ecosystem there, 39% gains for At1. And then Photon, its sister crypto, 58% gains for Photon. You got XPin, 61% gains in the past 24 hours. Then you got XVM Volt, 70+% gains in the past 24 hours for Volt. So very, very good stuff there. And then we're going to jump into the deep reds and jump into our top 25 future-proof list. I need more dragons, dude. DRGN, so undervalued. So undervalued. What, is it still at a penny? Did it hit double zeros, Coca-Cola? Did Dragon Chain hit double zeros? Did they let that happen? How dare they? Dude, Dragon Chain, what, 344 million supply or something like that, 433 million supply. Super low supply, still at a penny. Man, what an easy smash to just get them. I mean, they're going to let the Blue Crew have a majority of the dragons. Then it's going to be our dragon world, that is for sure. Chakra Bartels, appreciate you jumping on in. Guys, thanks again for hitting the like on the way, and thanks to any new subscribers to the channel. And I appreciate any new members. Also in the description below, if you want to mine Satoshis with me through the Ember app, we have our referral code link there. And then, of course, Swash as well, if you guys want to swash it up, earning Swash for your, you know, navigating the crypto space. Base Patsy, we just gave you a shout out. Again, past 24 hours, man, 17% gains for TIBBIR. You know, on the top gains in the past 24 hours. TIBBIR just not stopping, dude. TIBBIR's not stopping. Shout out to you, man. Shout out to you, bro. Much love. Thank you so much, man. Base Patsy, man, we got to give him credit where credit's due, dude. And hey, we're following suit by talking about it. But hey, Base Patsy knew what was up with you know, virtual and their AI agents. A new one that we kind of added onto from the virtual realm into the list is Async. So keeping an eye out on Async as well. Like to know what the Base Patsy thinks about that. He's kind of like the virtual master over here with that TIBBIR call. Shout out to you, my man. But yeah, we're going to jump into top 25 cryptos that are future-proof, quantum resistant, private, secure, right? CBDC tests, right? Got some good ones here to go over with you guys. Sup G in the Blue Foundation. What's up, Bloopity Bloop? Appreciate you guys. All right, how about we start off at the bottom? Let's start off at number 25. This one's an easy one. The Cosmos ecosystem in general, Atom and Osmo. Osmo right now, dude, hitting 11 cents. 11 cents for Osmo, 633 million supply, negative 77% down. That's at our number 25 spot right there. And that Cosmos ecosystem as well. You know, we were just talking about At1 and Photon, but AKT, dude, AKT was in the 60 cent range, right? And it's only a few millions, like 300 million or so for AKT. That whole Cosmos ecosystem is ripe for the taking, purchasing, and then setting up our foundation by staking, building up those staking rewards. So when the bull cycle comes around, we're only cashing out our staking rewards, getting our initial back, and hopefully then more than that, right? Enter the token letter on ribbitcap.com into your favorite AI. You'll sell all your bags, jump in. Hell yeah, nice, man. Ribbitcap.com. Got to check that one out. Appreciate the alpha as always, Base Patsy. Thank you, man. And love seeing those XPX logos, dude. Let's go. Let's go, Serious Chain XPX, man. I mean, dude, so that 0001 was at 0002. Now we got a short-term 2x here up to 0004. You know, I don't want to get too excited about it because we've seen it at this price range before in its history. But it's good to be back here. It's good to be climbing out of those deep reds at 0004. Let's see if it can get to 0006, 001. and then hopefully break that 002, dude. If we can break 002, that ceiling, oh man, so stoked to see where XPX could go, man. A full stack, layer one crypto, storage, compute, and ledger, right? Proven CBDC tech sprint winner, acknowledged by the BIS, right? As an end-to-end CBDC solutions provider, acknowledged by the G20 as an end-to-end CBDC solution provider, right? They've gone in ghost mode since winning that tech sprint, but they're still developing, they're still building. They released their storage layer mainnet earlier this year in 2025. That's 3 years later after that CBDC tech sprint. So they're still building, man. They're building in silence. Silence ain't always a bad thing, man. They're not concentrated on trying to get followers on X, right? They're concentrated on freaking onboarding the whole globe. They're trying to get the freaking banks in. That's what they're trying to do, right? Those are the customers that they want. They're not trying to get you on X to follow them, right? Freaking exciting times, man. The Decent XPX swap works slick. Awesome. That's great. Dude, shout out to Decent for making that happen. You can also get your XPX on Pancake Swap if you guys are looking for it. Once again, though, it has been going green. It used to be a red across the board crypto. So now it's kind of like a little danger zone if we're chasing the pump from that 0001, 0002 range up to this 0004. So just knowing, it's still down significantly on the year, like 40+% down. So still a deep red on the yearly. But, since it's kind of green across the board, just don't be surprised if there are some retracements, maybe back down to 0002 or back down to 0003, right? Hopefully not, but, you just never know in the crypto space. And it's a low cap crypto volatility. So we're just chipping away. If we got to get in right now, and we're chasing a little bit of the pump because we're getting a little bit of FOMO, right? We're just putting $5 at a time, $10 at a time, right? We're not going overboard. Once again, this is such a like, the risk is baked into the price that our $5, dude, if this ends up being the end-to-end CBDC tech sprint winner, right? Or that, it's been proclaimed to be, right? And it ends up being, a powerhouse, dude, our $5 is going to probably turn into like 5,000 or 50,000, like, no joke, if this thing's the real deal. So, we don't have that FOMO to put more than we can invest into it, right? We're just chipping away little by little, grabbing thousands at a time or hundreds at a time, right? Gotta love it though. But hey, I'm getting ahead of myself. We got to keep going through this list. So at number 24, next crypto, next like here, Tau BitTensor at $382, 21 million supply, 24 on our spot right here. Tau BitTensor, powerhouse AI project crypto. Not surprised here to see it at 24 on the future proof list right here. We move on to Tezos, the self-upgrading blockchain, one of the only blockchains that is self-amending. Very excited. Dude, there's real estate on this blockchain. There's uranium on this freaking blockchain. 59 cents, 979 million supply for Tezos XTZ. It's one of the most under talked about X cryptos that are out there, right? So XTZ, 59 cents, 979 million supply, 23 at spot 23 on our list right here. Then we go to Arweave, AR, for decentralized cloud and other things as well at $3.95, negative 77% down on the year, 66 million supply. So pretty small supply right there, and easy to get whole numbers with 395 so far at the 22 spot for Arweave. Then we move on to Edge Network. Dude, Edge Network was one of the more surprising ones for me to see on this top 25 list. I think you can only get it through Uniswap right now for Edge. EDGE is the ticker. Edge Network, cloud compute, trying to lead that market, right? 25 cents, 60 million supply. I repeat, a 60 million supply, 25 cents, dude. And, shout out to Crypto Canvas, man. He's been hip on the Edge as well. I haven't seen him talking about it, recently or lately, but dude, Edge, right now, not looking too bad in some of those deep reds. It's kind of up on the year, but at 25 cents, dude, we can get whole numbers and never think about this again. It's a top 21 future-proof crypto according to the AI algorithm with our master list here. Now we got FLR, dude. FLR's back down at a penny. Can you believe that? Flare Network's at a freaking penny right now. 95 billion supply at our 20 spot in terms of the future-proof blockchains right here. I'm excited for the future for FLR, dude. A penny is such a tremendous opportunity for smart contract federal Byzantine agreement project, man. So let's see where FLR ends up going from here at a penny, 95 billion supply. Dude, kind of surprised to see this next one, this next crypto, next like right here. XLM at 31 cents, 50 billion supply at spot 19. I would have thought, XLM would be a lot higher than this, but hey, it's at spot 19. It's still on the list of future-proof cryptos right here. So XLM at 31 cents. It was much better when it was at 2 cents, 3 cents, 4 cents, but XLM at 31 cents, not looking too bad as well. Mr. JB, dude, hey, I appreciate, you jumping on in and leaving a comment and stuff like that. And, all opinions are welcome, but, we try to just keep the eye of the tiger. We're not phased. We don't get emotionally reactive to the market, movements. We try to keep our eye on the prize here, and we try to keep good vibes and good times, man, because that's how we overcome, mentality of thinking everything is going to collapse. Everything is screwed, right? Yeah. There's going to be a cyber event in 2027 that's going to shake up the whole crypto space as we freaking know it. Right. And, reset it, if you will. But for right now, dude, we're just trying to have good vibes and good times talking about crypto, not trying to talk negatively about it. But, do what you will. We're just trying to have a good time, man. If there's a crypto that you like, that you don't think is effed, or if you're a gold and silver guy, we like precious metals as well. So if you're all about precious metals, then you can shout out precious metals. But, I would appreciate it if we can just keep it good vibes in the chat. But hey, you do what you do. I'll never tell you what to do. I'm not a financial advisor, not a pro trader. I'm always wrong. We got Wire, ADM, and Facey. Yeah, Facey, dude. Aristotle is one of those top AI agents on virtual. Definitely been hearing about Facey in decent places if you want to waste your money. There you go. No, I think I'll just stick with TIBBIR or virtual, one of those two. Not only can I believe it, I would have a bet on it. Only if you're not in TIBBIR, crypto is effed. There you go. There you go. The cyber event is probably TIBBIR leaving stealth. There you go. That's I love that face, Patsy. That's hilarious, man. All right, moving into the number 18 spot right here. Corium at 8 cents with a 800 million supply. My gosh, and it's a 45% staking value. We are probably close to a bottom here. I mean, I don't want to guarantee anything. Once again, I am always wrong. But dude, we've seen Corium at these price ranges before, and we've seen what Corium can do when it pops out of these price ranges. So Corium at 8 cents, dude, Sologenic at 22 cents. My gosh, man, getting whole numbers of cryptos that are just in the, sub $1 billion supply, low millions, 800 million supply, 8 cents, 18, I throw my $5, my $10 at it. I don't have to think about it again. I got whole freaking numbers, and I wait for that micropayment economy to take me to the moon. All coins are dead. Not sure when they will rise. Mr. JB, I mean, yeah, that's our whole purpose here, man. Like, I love your red profile pic. This is the Deep Red Alliance, man. So we're here to not like cry and complain, and there's other channels for that. There's other channels to like cry and complain about like cryptos being down at the dumps. We're here to be tigers and pouncing on opportunities. We're here to celebrate that we have such tremendous cheap opportunities. We're minimal risk, right? We don't have to invest a lot to get a lot in return, right? It's always darkest before the dawn, right? And especially with crypto, the moment you think it's dead, it's the best time when it freaking goes into the bull cycle, man. And we're going to get a bull cycle. We're going to get a bull cycle. It's going to happen. It's going to be another speculative bull cycle, right? Can't wait to see what speculation is going to do for Corium at 8 cents. We got ZNN next up. Xenon at number 17, dude. Xenon's been a big surprise for me, man. And I love having whole numbers of this one. Probably easy to get, 10 of these? You can get 10 of these for what, 280? You can get 10 Xenon for 280 and do some damage to that 10 million supply and never have to think about it again, right? $28 for 100 of these, I guess, for Xenon, right? So ZNN at 28 cents, 10.1 million supply, 17 spot right there in the future proof list. We got Alio, big time privacy crypto right here at 25 cents, 5.2 billion supply at the 16 spot. DREC Alliance follows them. not looking too bad there at the 16 spot. Then we moved to number 15, ICP Internet Computer at $3, 517 million supply. Internet Computer people have kind of forgotten about, right? ALEO is ALEO. ALEO is the ticker for ALEO, right? If anybody wants to check that out, D-Rec Alliance does follow them. That's a pretty big deal right there. Mr. JB meme coin. Who's promoting TIBBIR here? Is it a meme coin? Oh, I don't know if it's a meme coin, man. I mean, we got to be careful with Base Patsy. But once again, it's not promotion or anything like that. Base Patsy was just calling it out when it was in the deep reds. He called it out like 2 cents, right? Now it's at like 30 plus cents, man. So, it's the future rails for AI. There you go, Base Patsy. There you go. He's super bullish on TIBBIR. He's gotten us bullish on TIBBIR. But we like talking about cryptos that are in the deep reds. We'll talk TIBBIR, because it's been making some good gains for the Blue Foundation, and shout out to Base Patsy for that. But it could, he thinks it's still a good opportunity at the price range that it's at, because but who knows if there's going to be retracements? Who knows if we get some deep reds that come along and maybe it goes back to 20 or low end 30 cents or something like that. I don't think Base Patsy thinks it'll ever go back to 20 cents again for TIBBIR, but you just never know in the crypto space. But it was definitely a good time to be able to get in on that one pretty early. You guys still don't get it, truly. Shout out to the Base Patsy. Appreciate you, man. Always appreciate the good vibes and good times you bring, my man. All right, so we got Polkadot DOT at $2.99, 1.6 billion supply. By the way, Base Patsy, if you can run through your AI, does TIBBIR provide decentralized recovery to institutions and banks? Is it quantum resistant? I would love to know, because so far I have TIBBIR on our master list with my AI, but it didn't list it on the Power 25. I would like to know why. Maybe there's a mistake in the algorithm that I put in or in my prompt, but it's not putting TIBBIR here as future proof in terms of quantum resistance and decentralized recovery. But if it does do that, I'm going to have to educate the AI and be like, yo, review this. It does, right? So BTC follows TIBBIR. There we go, Base Patsy. We got Polkadot at $2.99, 1.6 billion supply. People forgetting about Polkadot in that ecosystem as well. It's at the 14th spot in our top 25 future proof list right here. Then we got VeChain at 1 penny. Dude, VeChain in the top 12 at 1 penny, 86 billion supply. Dino crypto right here. OG supply chain crypto. VeChain doing things without a doubt. Then we start moving into a really, the Power 11 or the final, Power 12 here, if you will. Rose at a penny, 10 billion supply for the Blue Rose Oasis network. Oasis network can provide decentralized recovery. Oasis network is an OG AI crypto. It's an OG privacy crypto as well. Everybody's talking about privacy all of a sudden. Oasis has been doing that natively since day one, right? So Rose, the Blue Rose, I'm so excited for. If they take this down to double zeros for Rose, man, we are going to be going ham on it, dude, because I've already been purchasing some at a penny while it's in the deep reds here at 10 billion supply. But dude, if they go double zeros with Rose, I'm going to have to find some other stuff to sell to freaking get some Rose, man, without a doubt. It's part of the Decentralized Recovery Alliance as well as a member. That's a big deal for Rose. That was one of the bigger surprises for me, seeing Rose in the same company as like an XRP, Algorand, HBAR, ADA. So the Blue Rose at a penny, 10 billion supply, looking really good right there. We got XDC Network at 6 cents, 37 billion supply, 10 at the 10 spot. Dude, XDC is actually bullish. Like XDC did not really experience a bear cycle. If you've come, through the history of XDC when it was at like triple zeros or double zeros, right? XDC at 6 cents is looking freaking bullish as heck at around these ranges. So XDC, 37 billion supply, right? Amazing opportunity for there. And then moving on up, SHX, the Blue Castle at a penny, 100 billion supply. SHX, involved with Nacha, right? In the XLM ecosystem, Axelar Bridge, a lot of great developments going on there for SHX, the Blue Castle. Very excited to see it on the future proof, I guess 27 really. It's not a top 25. It's like 27 here. And then we got QNT, Quant. Dude, Quant under $100 is an amazing value right here. 82 bucks for QNT, 14.6 million supply. We could still get whole numbers of QNT and Overledger, and we know Overledger is one of those leading interoperability solutions, so we can't be sleeping on QNT at 82 bucks, 14.6 million. Nobody's talking about QNT. People are forgetting about QNT, man. So QNT, you know, major sleeper right here while it's under 100 bucks and we can get freaking whole numbers of QNT. Loving the opportunities here for QNT. IOTA at 14 cents, 2.7 billion supply for IOTA. Dude, IOTA's been making a lot of these lists in terms of like future proof or, you know, AI ready, micropayments ready. IOTA, you know, ISO 20022 compliant as well at 14 cents. Oh yeah, I forgot to mention that with SHX, ISO 20022 compliant as well. But yeah, IOTA at 14 cents, 2.7 billion supply. We can do some damage to that supply while it's at 14 cents without a doubt. This next one, dude, is going to be a surprise to a lot of people. But dude, it's at the 8th spot right here. Casper at number 8, 007, 14 billion, working towards quantum resistance. But dude, part of the Decentralized Recovery Alliance, they can provide decentralized recovery. Big Mouth Rob, appreciate you jumping on in. Mr. JB, BTC is the future. Everything else is crap except a few altcoins. You agree? I disagree. I don't know who the creator of BTC is, and I'm not going to put my blind trust into somebody that I don't know who created the freaking project. I understand, you know, I'm just using logic and reason here. If you guys want to put blind faith into a freaking project, go ahead. It's all good. You know, enjoy putting your blind faith into something that you have no clue, you know, who was the creator of it at all. Nobody knows. No, I mean, maybe the CIA knows, maybe David Schwartz freaking knows, right? But you had early Bitcoin developers, the earliest Bitcoin developers, David Schwartz, Stefan Thomas, those two major players left Bitcoin. Oh, Anderson Horowitz as well, right? Those guys left Bitcoin to go work on XRPL. Why would you leave the greatest crypto of all time to go work on something else? It just makes no sense. And once again, we don't know who created it. This is just me using logic, right? Why would I just put blind money into something I don't know who? I have no clue who freaking created it, man. No clue. And it's not going to make you as much gains as these alts will, right? I don't know how many bull and bear cycles you have been through, Mr. JB, but we have been through multiple bull and bear cycles. XRP has outgained even while dealing with the SEC. Even while dealing with the SEC, XRP has outgained BTC, right? I mean, call it an S coin, call it whatever you want, man. But the altcoins are where it's at. Solana outgained BTC. We were talking about Solana at $1.25, $2, $15, right? So I'd rather take my chances with the alts. SHX was at triple zeros. SHX outgained every freaking crypto in 2024, right? So, you know, we're here to talk, you know, we're here to, you know, I understand not many people have the balls to talk about alts the way that we do, right? And it is what it is. But I go in at deep reds, man. I don't chase pumps. BTC, you're chasing a pump. No matter where you enter at this point in time with BTC, you're freaking chasing a pump. Was that around the time Mickey Malko was buying BTC at $9 and held % of the total supply? Well, I mean, I don't know about that, but hey, man, that was when BTC was a deep red and was like the only kid on the block, right? Now we got a lot of other kids on the block, right? Now we got, you know, now we have a proven end-to-end CBDC infrastructure provider that BTC still hasn't been able to prove, right? So, yeah, hey, you know, I don't want to knock on BTC too much, but its encryption can be cracked through quantum hack. If you guys haven't seen the NTT data, if you haven't seen NTT Data's video, Awakening of the Banking Industry, that'll open your mind. Awakening of the Insurance Industry, right? There's gonna, you know, hey man, BTC is kind of like an IQ test, man. It's like, okay, just putting your blind faith into a project, you have no clue who created it. But hey, that's, I don't want to knock on it. I'm just trying to bring good vibes and good times. I hope everybody sees the promised land. So if BTC is your thing, I hope it makes you millions. I hope you retire off of it. And I hope you make filthy, filthy gains all in all. Yeah, dude, Velo dropping to 002. Dude, I love Velo, but I like SHX more. SHX is deflationary. Velo is unfortunately inflationary, but that doesn't mean it can't make you gains. Inflationary tokens can make you gains, but I rather just stick with cryptos that I know that's it. That's all of their supply. That's all that there will ever be, right? But yeah, Velo looking like a really good deep red right now in that XLM ecosystem. Aqua as well at 0007 or 0008. The Aqua must flow. Aqua is one of the best DeFi opportunities in the XLM ecosystem, without a doubt. Probably the easiest it will ever be to get a milli. I mean, that's really tough. It's like $700. I mean, I don't know if I'm playing with that type of money, but I can get thousands of them, freeze them for a long term, boost my ICE, boost my liquidity pool rewards. Aqua is looking great. Phoenix DeFi Hub has been inching up, guys. We've been talking about Phoenix since it was like 19 to 20 cents, now up to like 26, 27 cents. Dude, 70 or so million supply for Fo. It's locked, right? So there's going to be a supply shock on Fo as well. That XLM ecosystem is brewing, dude. That XLM ecosystem is brewing. But yeah, anyways, moving on. And once again, guys, like, I know I speak with passion and stuff like that. And, I know I'm busting the balls of BTC and stuff like that, but like, just the history proves it, man. I'm not trying to like say hypotheticals here. I'm just trying to speak as close to the facts as I freaking know it. Right. And the fact is, we don't know who created BTC. So why would I want to throw thousands of dollars into something that I don't know who freaking created it? I'm not going to assume good intentions right away. I'm not that naive, right? I'm not that naive. If I have to have BTC, I'm mining Satoshis through the Ember app, right? So I'm getting my BTC that way through just mining it on my phone without having to throw any of my personal dollar into it. And then I can convert my Satoshis into XRP drops or into HBAR or into XLM, right? I'll take my chances with some of these powerhouse cryptos that, just better technically in every single way. I mean, dude, you're seeing cryptos that are trying to do the POW thing again, and they're not, it's not working out. It's not working out for them. Cadena just had to close down operations, and they were trying to be like that new age POW chain, right? And look how it turned out for them, right? So, hey, good luck with proof of work. I wish the best and I hope the best. I hope BTC can survive and if it does, I still don't see BTC being number one forever, right? I think there's going to be something that dethrones BTC without a doubt. It was never about the money, said the TIBBIR no coiner after biggest run in history. Hey man, I'm happy I have some TIBBIR, man. Yeah, that wasn't slightly offensive. Toughen up or get the hell out. There we go. Yeah, I mean, we're here to have good conversation. If you guys think I'm totally wrong, like I already admit I'm always wrong, right? But history has just proven the alts always outgain BTC. So like if you're new to the space and you're just all, you're still in that BTC maximalism type of phase, it's all good. Like, have your BTC and stuff. Like I'll never tell you what to do. But we're here to talk about cryptos that everybody's afraid to talk about. Everyone's afraid to talk about these cryptos because they're in the freaking deep reds, right? Usually I go for deeper reds than this. This is a top 25 like future proof list. So we're bringing out some powerhouse names here. But usually our episodes are like tackling cryptos that have very low sentiment, and I look like a freaking crazy guy, right? SHX, I looked freaking crazy when it was at triple zeros. Look at where SHX is now at now, right? Does the ISO 20022 standard include? Yeah, dude. I mean, the AI is going to be using the ISO 20022 rails. It's a completely digital rail for value transfer, right? So yeah, it's going to include AI. It's going to include AI without a doubt. AI is going to, probably be programmed to only operate doing transactions through the ISO 20022 messaging standard, right? So yeah, the bloody deep reds, man. Hey, dude, this life ain't for everybody. This life ain't for everybody, right? Jumping into cryptos where it's super low sentiment, nobody freaking believes in it, right? But this is what we do on the rig, and we've been doing it for like 8 to 9 years, man. ISO 20022 is old news now. Protocol is future of AI transactions. X402 protocol is the future of AI transactions. Okay, I'll check that out, man. I mean, the fact that ISO 20022 isn't like fully live yet, and it won't be fully like going until after the cyber event, right? Because like, remember, ISO 20022 is a completely alternative rail to what our traditional financial system is going on. So we're not fully on ISO 20022 yet. So I wouldn't say it's an old story because it's not even here, right? It's still a developing story. But hey, you know, people got their opinions and it's all good, and I understand. I'll enter that into the algorithm. Hey, is X402 protocol better than ISO 20022, or how can it be compliant with it? I'll do my own research on it. I appreciate the alpha there as always, Base Patsy, but you know, I wouldn't say that it's like an old story, right? I definitely would not say that, because there's not many cryptos that are compliant with it still to this day. If it was an old story, all the cryptos would already be, you know, freaking on that. Thoughts on stable STBL? Is it ISO 20022 compliant? I'd like to know. I haven't done too much research on STBL, but we do have it on our list. I'll do a little bit more research on that. I know Crypto Canvas has done an interview with the founder of it, but you know, we're talking about like future-proof top 25 cryptos here. If stable is one of those, and you know, it can transact or, you know, be $1 billion market cap, then we'll check it out. But give me a second. I need to get some water, guys. Whew, losing my breath. It's an old narrative. I mean, dude, it's a narrative that continues, though. It's a narrative that continues to draw water. So, I mean, dude, the ISO 20022 cryptos earlier this year in 2025 were freaking smashing, right? XRP, HBAR, XLM, right? So, you know, I would say it's still a continuing narrative. Technically, those cryptos, those ISO 20022 cryptos, except for like, you know, I guess XPX or XDC, and maybe DAG or something like that, haven't really like gained on the year. But if you look at all the other ISO 20022 cryptos on the year, they're up on the year, right? So there's maybe some speculation going towards that. Crypto Hulk mentioned it. Yeah, I'll check out some STBL. We have it on the list. I've added it. I just haven't done too much research on it. So I'll definitely do so, so we can talk about it a little bit more. And, you know, I hope the best. If it's a new crypto though, you know, just chipping away, right? If it was just recently released, if it's like a 10-day-old crypto or a 30-day-old crypto, we're not going like ham on it. We're just chipping away maybe $5 to $10 at a time. Right? We never get too overly excited about some of these new cryptos that get released, because you can get freaking wrecked. They can dump it. And then next thing you know, when it gets to its bottom, then that's when it decides to make all those filthy gains. So STBL, if it's up on the year, I probably won't be talking about it much, big mouth. So if you look at its chart and it's green on, you know, the 7-day, the 30-day, I don't know how old this crypto is, probably is going to be a bit till we come around to talking about it, because we're looking for cryptos that have very, very low sentiment. People don't believe in it, have lost belief. That's when we make our gains right there. All right. Hey, we go against the herd, man. We go against the herd, right? And, you know, we got to end out this list though. So we talked about Casper at the 8 spot here. Let's go to XPX. 0004, 9 billion supply. Once again, like I said, the only proven crypto in the whole freaking crypto space that has actually been acknowledged by the G20 and the BIS as an end-to-end CBDC infrastructure provider, right? The only one, right? And it's ISO 20022 compliant. It has been approved by the NIST, the National Institute Standards of Technology of the US, right? That's a big deal. You know, full stack ledger, storage and compute, can do micropayments, can do decentralized recovery. Big time crypto that nobody knows about, that's still in the 0004 range. 9 billion supply right here at our 7 spot. We go to DAG next at 2 cents, negative 29% down, 2.6 billion supply at the 6 spot right here for Constellation. Constellation can do a decentralized recovery. CSPR is at 007, 14 billion supply, right? I do like CAS. We talked about CAS in the deep reds not too long ago, actually, but that was in a different list. Once again, this is just the future proof top 25, right? CAS was in our deep reds a couple of streams ago. We set it at I have it right here. I have our little history. CAS at, there you go, CAS at 5 cents. We like CASPA at 5 cents. It was negative 59% down at a 28 billion supply at that time. All right, but moving on. So yeah, XPX, one of the few X cryptos that are ISO 20022 compliant that nobody freaking talks about because they're too afraid to talk about it, but it won a CBDC tech sprint with finalists amongst them being Ripple, Stellar, and R3. They beat out Ripple, Stellar, and R3 to be declared by the BIS and G20 as an end-to-end CBDC solution provider. Been shouting this one out for a good bit since it was at triple, we followed this one on a long journey, but we've been going, dude, once we saw it hit like 0002, 0001 again, we had to keep talking about it again. And luckily now it's back at 0004, 9 billion supply. We'll see where XPX can go from here. DAG at 2 cents, negative 29% down, 2.6 billion supply at the 6 spot. Then we go to ADA. All these the rest of the way here for the top 5, they can provide decentralized recovery, right? So ADA at 64% or at 64 cents. What is it? 45 billion supply at the number 4 spot for ADA. We know Cardano is a freaking powerhouse in the making, man. Sub $1 is an amazing price for Cardano. We've seen this thing go from 2 cents and just shoot up and, moonshot. Who knows when the bottom's going to be for ADA, but under $1, I like smashing some ADA there. Then we move to our deep red of 2025 XX network at a penny, 1 billion supply, the only crypto in the whole freaking crypto space that is legitimately, natively, actively right now, not working on it, quantum resistant. So XX network at a penny, 1 billion supply. XRPL has a bridge connected to it. Ripple's Chris Larson has invested in the project for the Elixir network. WorldCoin has invested 3 grants into the XX network. So XX network definitely looking like a legit crypto here. Once again, quantum resistant. They've been educating people on the importance of what they're doing, right? Because most crypto encryption is going to be, eventually, if it doesn't develop, if it doesn't upgrade, it can get cracked, right? XX network, just 2 X's. 2 X's, my dude, Big Mouth Rob. 2 X's, XX network, just 2 X's, 1 penny, 1 billion supply. You'll be able to find it. It's 2 X's. And you can get it through Uniswap. You can do wrapped XX and then bridge it across the XX network bridge, right? To your XX network wallet, if you'd like. But yeah, XX network at a penny, 1 billion supply at the 3 spot. Now we're going to go into our final 3. This third one has a little bit of a twist to it, but we'll get into that in just a second. Once again, I want to shout out everybody who's been jumping in, and thanks to any of the newcomers who are watching this channel, guys. We don't do top 25 lists every time. This is a special episode. I was telling people yesterday in the Deep Red episodes that we were going to do a top 25 future-proof list. But usually every episode that we do, we go to the deep reds of like a ton of cryptos that are all red across the board, best opportunities, and, cryptos that just get redder and redder. We'll start at like 50% down on the year and red across the board to 90% plus on the year, red across the board. But today we did a top 25 future-proof list to just kind of let y'all know, what me and the AI have been collabing on here in terms of creating a future-proof list. All right. So the next one on the list here is XRP, XAH, and Evernote. It has to be these 3 together. This is the only way. This is what will make the XRPL and, a full stack of, compute, smart contracts, and settlement, right? That holy trinity of XRP, XAH with its hooks, and Evernote with its, its compute and its micro payments, and, also smart contracts. So XRP, XAH, and Evernote. Dude, Evernote is at 22 cents. EVR, 22 cents, 72 million supply. XRP, we already know, is at $2, dude. We've been talking about XRP since it was at, going on a whole roller coaster, right? We were calling it out at 10 cents when the freaking SEC sued Ripple and we were celebrating with the Blue Foundation while everybody was freaking crying, I kept posting hashtag thank you, Gary, over the years during the SEC trial saying thank you for the opportunities for cheap XRP. So XRP, XAH, and Evernode. Dude, people are sleeping on XAH and Evernode. I think it's just because they don't know what a bull cycle could do to it, right? So very, very exciting here. And once again, this is the 3 spot. We have 2 more to go. So we're going to get to those final 2 in terms of the future proof list. But XRP, XAH, and Evernode at 22 cents, 72 million supply. Then number 2, top 2 now. Algorand is number 2 at 18 cents, 10 billion supply. Decentralized Recovery founder, as well as the Decentralized Recovery Alliance. Roadmap towards quantum resistance as well. Algorand doing some things and looking really good at 18 cents. I think this thing could be $11, $10 plus. I don't know if the bull cycle is going to show that, but I'm very excited to see where ALGO can go from here, without a doubt, especially while it's still in the deep reds. HBAR is the number 1. Somebody was asking, no HBAR? Daniel Lopez, you got ahead of me there, man. HBAR is the number 1 on the top 25 future proof list. HBAR at 16 cents, 50 billion supply, can provide decentralized recovery, working towards quantum resistance as well. So HBAR is the powerhouse of powerhouses right here at the top spot on the top 25 future proof list. So the final 3, it's XRP, XAH, and Evernode as a combo, Algorand and HBAR. Those are looking like your top 3 future proof picks. I'll go over the top 25 list again in a faster order, but let me catch up with the chat if anybody has any questions. Daniel Lopez, I mean, you guessed it before we got to it, my dude. HBAR is number 1 on that list. Yo, G, can you make a video on how to get XX network token and set up a wallet? Miles P. Dude, if I had a studio, if I had something like what CKJ or XRP Bags had, I would be happy to do so. But for right now, man, all I can do is stream from my phone. So until, this channel grows bigger where we can get into a studio, we can show you charts, show you the deep reds, hell, maybe do little tutorials like that where we can get XX network token and set up a wallet for you. Right. POLV graciously, I have no clue what you're asking me to do, man. I have no clue what you're asking me to do, but I appreciate you jumping in and at least leaving a comment, my man. Shout out to everybody here. Much love to all of y'all. Algo feels like trash in the last year. It feels like trash, but it's not looking like trash, dude. And they just had a big announcement come out actually with Securitize and Wormhole. So, hey, when it feels like trash, that means the sentiment is really low. That means people are getting sick of it. That means people are losing patience. And that's when the tigers come in and pounce. Remember, this is the benefit of the deep reds, you guys. We don't have to put too much into it. Whereas before, you probably would have to, right? People would be chasing pumps on algo. Now, yeah, studio in basement. Yeah, I don't care. Dude, if I can get a basement studio or something, just something where I can get a professional mic and be able to share a screen with y'all and maybe be able to interview people, that would be amazing, man. My laptop burned out, man. It died. It was too many. I was doing too many 24-hour live streams, and my laptop just freaking exploded and died, man, unfortunately. So we're saving up for a new laptop. We're saving up for the studio, right? But it's hard to save up when you have deep reds that you're trying to smash at the same time, right? Should have a deck screener segment in the new studio. There we go. I like that idea, the base Patsy. Shout out to everybody here. Much love to y'all. You guys always educating me, man. There's a lot I don't know. And so I love learning new things, man. Constitutes as future proof, asking AI shortly. Well, with my AI, future proof is that it's quantum resistant, like quantum ready, or working towards quantum resistance, like actively working towards it, or it can provide decentralized recovery to businesses and institutions, right? Or it's just highly private and as secure as can be. So those are like the kind of criteria that I put for the AI. And I feed it all the cryptos one at a time, and I ask it to research them each independently, create the list, right? And I tell it to always update our list, to update the master list so it knows what it is, and to always review. And then it, hey, the next future proof list may be different from this one, but for right now, this is so far what we got. And I put in TIBBIR, man. Trust me, Base Patsy, I put TIBBIR in there, and it likes what it sees out of TIBBIR. It likes what it sees out of virtual. But in terms of this criteria, it didn't, maybe it makes the top 50, but it didn't make the top 25, right? And once again, it's just an early, AI is just kind of, I think what AI is doing is it's looking at I should ask the AI to go off potential as well, because then I think TIBBIR or something like that would probably move on up higher. But for right now, it's just, I didn't put hey, based on potential. I'm saying right now, what is actively working towards quantum resistance and what is actually quantum resistant. The only one that is actually quantum resistant right now natively is XX Network, which is pretty freaking awesome, man. But, hey, there's other ones that are working towards it. Big Mouth Rob, I appreciate the 99-cent donation there, dude. I'm so grateful for that. Guys, thanks for any support to this channel. We're in shadow ban zone here, man. I'm convinced that they just don't like us talking about deep reds and undervalued cryptos that nobody else talks about. They just want their crypto YouTubers to talk about one crypto that is already pumped, right? And to just talk about talking heads and oh, this person said this person said that. We're not doing that. We're just looking at the cryptos, their prices, their tokenomics, or their freaking fundamentals, and putting criteria onto the list. But tomorrow we're going to go over deep reds like we usually do, but today was a top 25. And I understand if it's controversial, that's how it's supposed to be, man. Some of these I don't agree with. I'm surprised to see I need to do some more research on Edge, but the AI seems to like Edge on this list. So got to look at Edge here. Osmo and Atom, I love those in terms of deep reds, but dang, are they really working towards quantum resistance? I guess they are. So we're keeping an eye out on it, but there's some good surprises on here, and we're going to go over the list again for those who are coming in a little bit late, but I appreciate it. Shout out to everyone. Cryptos that I've acquired recently, if you guys are interested in knowing, acquired more BSL, got some more Bank Social, staking that BSL on my wallet. BSL is part of the Adara ecosystem. Been trying to get exposure to the Adara ecosystem and Adara DeFi. Saucer Swap wallets at around 3 or 2 cents. What else? Hashpack, got some more Hashpack, staking that Hashpack. So excited for that Hashpack. I mean, dude, Hashpack is a billion supply, 1 penny, and it's the premier freaking wallet of the HBAR ecosystem. And it's also can provide decentralized recovery. It's the only wallet crypto that is part of the Decentralized Recovery Alliance, right? So that's a big deal for Hashpack. So I like Pack still at a penny right there. Spencer in the house, what's up, man? Ribbit directly references investments in PsiQuantum, a leader in quantum computing and part of their real-world token factories. Dude, Base Patsy, you're killing Base. I know you do a lot of work, man, and I know your time is important to you and stuff like that. But if you could ever just send me this or stuff that you've left in our chat today, just copy and paste it and put it into our little DM that you and I have going on. I would love to put this stuff into my master list with the AI and have it take that stuff into account, and then we'll see where Ribbit ultimately lies. But yeah, dude, I mean, TIBBIR under $1 still looks amazingly undervalued because it's what, 1 billion supply, right? But it's running. There may be some red days, and maybe we can get it cheaper. But I mean, I know you're freaking. We're loving the TIBBIR too, man. We're hopping around like frogs around here with Ribbit. But we always got to talk about more cryptos too. And I know you're not a big diversification guy. I know you're all in on TIBBIR, and hey, it's okay. It's okay to be different, and that's how we grow. That's how we grow, man. That's how we grow. And hell, you've helped us out tremendously with TIBBIR and shouting that one out. $200 beater PC with Linux LFG. Okay, yeah, maybe I can get that. Yeah, appreciate it, guys. Yeah, I need to get back on the laptop life for sure. XOP, I mean, I would like to ideally get a desktop and a real studio that I can freaking stream around, man. But hey, we'll probably never get to that. Honestly, chances are these cryptos are going to moon, and we'll just we're going to ghost, and we'll just never really have to, we'll never be able to provide that experience for you guys. I mean, that's how shadow banned this freaking channel is, man. They're just never gonna, they're gonna make it like another 10 years for me to even get to like 10K, man. They're gonna make it another 10 years for me to get 10K subscribers, dude. We're doing what nobody else in the crypto space, crypto YouTube space is doing, and yet all of them are making way more subscribers than we are somehow, some way. But hey, it is what it is. It is what it is. I'll send the details tomorrow. Appreciate it, Base Patsy. There will be signs for all, for sure. But hey, for those who are tuning in, and I'm grateful for our 5,000 subscribers, because, hey, they get to find out about the deep breads. They believed in the channel, right? They genuinely like the channel, right? I'm not telling them to like, I'm not telling them to subscribe, and I'm not telling them to be members, right? I'll never tell you what to do. You genuinely do it out of your own kindness, or that you actually enjoy the information. So let me give you guys a preview first before we go into our top 25 again of what we do in terms of deep breads, right? So these were from yesterday's deep breads. XPX at 00045, negative 41% down, 9 billion supply. Matic, right? And by the way, the correct XPX, people have been asking me about this. The correct XPX is Sirius Chain, right? SIRIUS Chain XPX. That is the correct XPX. People, there is another XPX that is out there, but that is not the correct one, right? It's just called XPX. That's not the right XPX. The correct XPX is Sirius Chain, SIRIUS Chain XPX. All right. I like Sun. It's at 2 cents. Okay, I'll write down Sun, SUN. We'll add that one to the master list there. What's the worst? No. I don't know what the worst community is, but this is the worst show with the best community. So we'll have to find out what the best show with the worst community is. Matic at 18 cents, negative 49% down, 9.9 billion supply. Jasmy was at 009, negative 50% down, 50 billion supply. Near Protocol, $2.13, negative 54% down, 1.2 billion supply. Render at $2.34, negative 55% down, 644 million supply. Oh, dude, that's different from legendaries, bro. That's like, I mean, dude, that's like bratwurst and sauerkraut, but like aged. Oh my gosh, that is gross mix. Oh my gosh, man. Jesus, dude, I appreciate it. I appreciate the 99 cents, man, but it's getting a little stinky. It's getting a little stinky up in here. Wow. Crazy, man. Appreciate you, dude. We got Render, $2.34, negative 55% down, 644 million supply. Filecoin at $1.49. Dude, Filecoin sub $2 is an amazing opportunity. They got their own virtual machine going. Leader in the decentralized cloud game. Negative 61% down, 2 billion supply. Elron Gold, EGLD, is part of the Decentralized Recovery Alliance. One of the few cryptos that can provide that, by the way, at $10 or $9.30, negative 64% down, 28 million supply. That's a preview to our usual show. Is we do deep breads like that. We're just talking straight up numbers, straight up value. Oh, dude, is that another like bratwurst like with sauerkraut? Oh my gosh, man, mix, dude. Are you like double timing right now? What is this? What is this? Order Strain, appreciate you jumping on in. Telcoin, yeah, we have Telcoin on the list, man. Unfortunately, it didn't pop up on this one. I'm sure it would pop up if we had the criteria be like specifically micropayments. But so far as we can tell, Telcoin cannot provide decentralized recovery. But I'll run it through the list again, and we'll see. We'll see. I know a lot of people have been asking me about Tel. We do have it on the list. It's just not in the deep breads for right now. Telcoin is working to become a bank right here in Nebraska. Let's go. Yep, there you go. That's the correct XPX. I appreciate that, AM Wood. I appreciate you. That's awesome, man. Alrighty, guys. Yeah, but we'll see where Telcoin falls. You know what? I'm gonna ask the AI to say where would Telcoin fall on this list. You have their Telcoin app. Nice, man. But yeah, guys, we appreciate everybody. Much love. Yeah, Telcoin, TEL is the ticker. Shout out to everybody who's giving a shout out on that crypto, helping educate people on other options that are out there. All right, so let's go through a whole overview show in like 2x speed right here. We got top gains in the past 24 hours. We got Jasmy at a penny with 10% gains. TIBBIR, shout out to Base Patsy. TIBBIR, 17+% gains, dude. It seems like every day TIBBIR is on the freaking top gains in the past 24 hours. PortX used to be a 000 crypto here for us. PortX is now in the double zeros ranges, 13% gains, dude. I like Chainport. PortX has that energy going for it, man. Very low supply. Very excited to see where PortX can go from here. Mobile in the Helium ecosystem is at 13 cents. Aster with CZ getting pardoned, 12% gains. Helium, 12% gains. OpenX, one of the X cryptos that we're kind of excited about for its future, but super early days, 26% gains. At1 or Atom or Atone, ATONE at 39% gains. Photon at 58% gains. XPIN at 61% gains. XVM Volt at 70% gains. And then we go to our deep, or not deep reds, our top 25 list, kind of like 28 or 27. But anyways, we're going to go from the bottom of the list of 25 back to number one here. We got Osmo Atom at 11 cents, 633 million supply, negative 77% down for Osmo. 25 spot. Tau at $382 right now, 21 million supply at the 24 spot. Tezos, dude, one of the least talked about X cryptos, but it's basically the only self-updating blockchain that is freaking out there. And Tezos deserves more love, man. They have high security ratings as well, according to Coinbase from long ago. Tezos has just been doing nothing but continuing and building. Very excited to see where that one's going to go. XTZ, 59 cents, 979 million supply. AR at $3.95, negative 77% down, 66 million supply. Edge Network at 25 cents, 60 million supply at the 23 spot. We got FLR at a penny, 95 billion supply. We got XLM at 31 cents, 50 billion supply. Corium at 8 cents, 800 million supply. Zenon, ZNN at 28 cents, 10.1 million supply. Aleo, ALEO at 25 cents, 5.2 billion supply. We got ICP at $3.02, 517 million supply. We got DOT at $2.99, 1.6 billion supply. We got VeChain at a penny, 86 billion supply. We got Rose at a penny, 10 billion supply. We got XDC at 6 cents, 37 billion supply. We got QNT at $82, 14.6 million supply. IOTA at 14 cents, 2.7 billion supply. Casper CSPR at 007, 14 billion supply. XPX 0004, 9 billion supply. DAG at 2 cents, negative 29% down, 2.6 billion supply. ADA at 64 cents, 45 billion supply. XX Network at a penny, 1 billion supply. XRP, XAH, Evernode, that combination. Evernode's at 22 cents, 72 million supply. Then we got Algorand at the 2 spot with 18 cents, 10 billion supply. And then HBAR at the top spot, 16 cents, 50 billion supply. And guys, once again, we're trying to work towards, having a studio where we have a nice mic and, can share. Give me 1 second. Okay. Sorry about that. We're trying to work towards, getting into a studio where we can, share our screen. Hell, we can share with you our freaking chat GPT and show you the list and its reasoning for why it put these cryptos in the 25 list. So you guys helping us get to that is, I'm always grateful for it. So I appreciate you guys. Much love to everybody here. Evernaut. No, it's Evernode, man. EVR, Evernode. EVR at 22 cents. It's like Evernode, Evernode at 22 cents, 72 million supply. Yeah, guys, I appreciate everybody always helping us just inch along little by little, dude. 1 subscriber a day. It is what it is. It's probably never going to be like more than that for us here, and we're inching along. But hey, it's been a hell of a journey with you guys, and we'll just keep doing what we're doing here, and I'm going to keep trying if you guys keep trying. always grateful, guys. We're going to be heading on out here. Once again, appreciate Spencer, appreciate the base Patsy, appreciate Silver Days, appreciate Big Mouth, appreciate you jumping in, man. Hopefully we see you again, mix. And guys, remember keeping the, having that bell on. Sometimes the algorithm won't even notify you because we're that shadow banned, but I appreciate everybody here nonetheless. Did you try agent mode in the ChatGPT? It's mental game changer. Okay, I'll try agent mode. I've been doing deep research on as the selection, but I'll do agent mode and we'll see how that goes, Bates Patsy. I appreciate that. Remember PAC? Yeah, dude. Oh man, I remember PAC, dude. Wow. How terrible, man. But hey, at least it was like, it was relatively easy to get and wasn't, luckily we didn't go ham on PAC, man. But dude, Jesus, that one turned out to be, hey, not all these crypto, like I said, I'm always wrong. And we definitely have our share of successes as well as our, as the bad calls, of course. And, TNT, Netbox, if you guys remember those days as well. Hey, it happens. It happens, dude. I mean, that comes with the territory when you're jumping in the deep breads, right? Yeah, it was a great list, G. Appreciate it, man. Agent mode for complex multi-step tasks. Awesome, Base Patsy. I had to investigate the launch of Bluminati. Oh, man, that's hilarious. Base Patsy trying to get to the thick of it there. All right. Guys, appreciate everybody jumping on in. That was our top 25 future-proof list. Tomorrow, we're going to go through the usual deep reds with you guys. We stream every day, Monday through Friday, at around 3:30 p.m. PST. I am always grateful, guys. And once again, in the description below, if you guys want to mine Satoshis with me in the Ember app, I've been doing predictions in that Ember app, and I'm just picking like 8 winners that are like have the best odds, right? I just pick 8 of the best odds. And then I put like 1,000 Satoshis in it and hope it just doubles my Satoshis earnings. And sometimes it does. Sometimes you have one team that loses and ruins your whole like freaking thing. But that's a good way, a good little strategy on the Ember app to try to earn some extra Satoshis in a faster way. So Ember app has been a lot of fun. And then as well, Nova Crypto, as we're ending it out here, man, hopefully you can rewind back and check out our top 25 future proof list. I appreciate your support there. I want to give a shout out to Crypto Banker SHX for bringing some new viewers to our channel and as well to our X. I post a lot on X, guys. If you guys want to follow us there, it's at G_DLT1. And then over here, it's at GDLT1 for the YouTube. But you guys probably already know that. So I appreciate everybody here. Much love. Always grateful. And of course, description below if you guys want to use the referral codes or donate any crypto to us to our Coinbase ID. I am always grateful. Thank you, Blue Foundation. Thank you, Green Giants, and thank you, Deep Red Alliance. The future is distributed ledger technology, and the future is bright. Our future is bright. We got the golden eyes, and we keep it crypto. I'll see you guys in the Blue Castle. Adios.